Welcome everyone who's joined already. There you are now, Kate, looking fantastic. What does it say? What does it say on your head?
It says ho ho ho.
Very.
I also have a little fa la la as well, so I might switch it up halfway through.
It up, fantastic. Matthew, ¿cómo estás? How are you?
Good evening. Very cold in the garden here. Storm Arwen was wreaked havoc in my village this week, and I've been out putting the decorations back on the tree in the garden. So I'll see how long I last out here before I need to head back indoors.
Smashing job, good man, very good.
How are you, Ray?
Well, I'm fine, thank you very much. I spent valuable time where I could have been, buying excellent wines, talking to winemakers today, driving around, buying a Christmas tree and putting up decorations. So I'm hoping.
Busy.
Yeah, well, I hope all of our angels are grateful for my invested endeavors. But so in the interest of good wine,
we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic, Ray. Love it.
Stop. Thank you.
Which one, Kate?
It's got to be the one on the left. Yeah, the chintzy one.
The one with decorations.
Yeah.
Very good. So welcome to everyone. You have been enjoying the ultimate Christmas case, which includes some of the finest wines we put together for this Christmas case. And Kate will be hosting myself and Matt, and hosting the whole event for you this evening, and I'll be passing over to her shortly. But it's nice to take this time. Tomorrow's the 1st of December, and it's sort of like the runway. We're head down. We've got our wines in-house. The weather is cold, warmed up a bit today, thankfully, not in Matt's part of London. And
still freezing here.
Poor Matt. But personally, when I opened this case and had a look in earlier, and we'll be picking it apart and seeing the gems that are inside, everything just started to feel a little bit like Christmas. The timing, the atmosphere, the weather, the Christmas tree in the background. So I hope you've had a poke around. Let us know, and you've got the chat section there down below. You can tell us what you're drinking if you have already opened something this evening. Kate's going to take you through the wines by means of Matt and I, which she'll explain. And at the end, we'll be sure to leave plenty of time for Q&A, questions and answers. So whether it's about the food you think we might match a wine with, or anything you want to ask Matt and I, this is the time. So without further ado, I will pass over to the Right Honourable Kate Keogh. Take it away, Kate.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ray. And yeah, thank you so much for having me here today. I feel honoured. And yeah, so basically what's going to happen is, with Ray and Matt going head to head, I'm basically here just to keep you both in check and make sure you play fair. So yeah, when we came up with the idea of doing this session, we want to basically take you through some of the lovely wines in your big Christmas case and inspire you a bit really on how best to enjoy them. And we thought, rather than kind of go through each one by one and tell you about it, it might be fun to have a little a bit of festive fun and turn it into a little bit of a competition. So here's how it's going to roll. So I have got 5 different rounds, and they're all centered around different Christmas occasions. And Ray and Matt are going to go head to head. So you're each going to have, for each round, you'll have 1 minute to pick a wine for that occasion from your case and pitch to us basically about why you believe that wine is the perfect wine to enjoy for that particular occasion over Christmas. And then at the end of the round, we can all get involved because we'll pop up a poll on the screen. So you will get to vote on whether you believe Matt or Ray has put forward the best wine. And yeah, so we'll find out who wins at the end. Unfortunately, there's no prize, but you'll both, whoever wins will get bragging rights at the office next week. So yeah, a bit of fun. And yeah, just to reiterate, please, as we go along, pop any burning Christmas wine questions in the Q&A section, whether it's, what to pair with a nut roast, or if you want to know a bit more about one of the wines in the box, then please do pop on there. We've got a few elves in the background replying to some of them, but we'll also cover a bunch at the end. So are we ready? Should we get cracking?
Yeah, I'm gonna. First
Let's
of all,
do it.
Oh, okay. Need a drink.
I'm just gonna unpack. And so we've got in my case, which you all have, these beautiful crystal glasses, titanium glasses, Schatzwiesel, and I'm gonna pour myself glass of wine. So what's the first round? Please tell us, Kate, and then I can pick out.
Okay, the first round. I'll set the scene, Ray, whilst you're pouring your glass.
Yeah.
So the first round is Christmas Eve.
Oh.
So, okay, let's picture this. The presents are wrapped. They're under the tree. The kids are in bed. You've put your mince pie and a little tipple out for Santa. You're about to sit down on the sofa, put the fire on, and relax ahead of the biggest day of the year. So, what is going in your glass this Christmas Eve? Yeah, let's go with you first, Ray. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I will. In that case, I had a quick poke through the box, and I've pulled out this Albarino, Ethereal Albarino from northwest Spain, Galicia. For me, everyone's Christmas Eve is quite different, and many people have traditions. But in Ireland, where I hope to be this year, all travel permitted, is it's the night where you, well, aside from the Guinness, of which it is free flowing and plentiful, we have smoked salmon on brown bread, Irish soda bread, you call it, and sometimes oysters. And so what you want from that is just really crisp, vibrant, fresh white wine. It's also the sort of time of, you've been busy and shuffling about the place. The weather isn't always great. It's dark. And when you get a nice, cool, crisp glass of white wine like Albarino, it's just zesty and fresh. And it washes away all the woes of like late purchases, Christmas wrapping, packing, and all the sort of, because Christmas could be a little bit stressful sometimes. But when you have a glass of Albarino, it is just all the refreshment. And suddenly you feel, I'm all done. I'm all set for Christmas. Bring it on. And that is this is why I strongly believe you should select Albarino as your wine of choice for Christmas Eve. I give way.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, oysters and smoked salmon, very posh. Love that. I have a little M&S buffet, so yeah. Not quite
That's pretty posh too.
Yes, yeah, beats Iceland. Although the Iceland mince pies are A1. Okay, Matt, what are you drinking on Christmas Eve?
Well, I've already got cracking into this wine. So this is what's in my fabulous new free glassware that I got in my lovely Christmas box. But this is Gert Stepp's Pinot Blanc, and it's actually a bit like Ray's tradition in our house. Fish is definitely the thing on Christmas Eve. I think we want something simple. We've been really busy all day. The kids definitely won't be in bed. I can tell you that now, for the scenario you're proposing. But we want something that we can cook simply. And we also want something that's really light and fresh, because we're going to overindulge in the morning and tomorrow, and we're going to get the richness, and we don't want to wake up feeling a bit heavy already. So we definitely go for fish. So I've got a great fishmonger up the road, and I'll go there on Christmas Eve, pick up some crayfish, some oysters, maybe some scallops, and maybe a piece of grilled fish, and we'll have a bit of a seafood treat, all very simple, but a mixture of things. And this is where this wine, Pinot Blanc, really, can you see the magic bottle disappearing and reappearing? This is where it comes into its own, because Pinot Blanc's really versatile wine. It can go with lots of fresh fresh food. If you're not a fish eater, this would go great with a sort of goat's cheese and asparagus tart or something like that. Just something light, and it's fresh, it's delicate, but it's got this lovely whiff of smokiness to it that I think comes from the limestone soil in the Pfalz in Germany, where this wine's produced. So just super versatile, super fresh and clean, and just goes great again, fish and things like that. There you go.
Oh, fantastic. Right, that's round one, tough one. So I think any minute now, you guys should have a poll come up on your screen. So who's your winner for Christmas Eve? What bottle are you going to be opting for?
Can I vote?
Well, yeah, I'm going to vote.
Yeah.
That sounded good.
Oh, hold on.
Can you have the O'Connors over for Christmas, Matt? On Christmas?
Oh, definitely. As long as you bring the Guinness and the Albarino with you.
For sure. So go Dublin or go home. So we can't vote, actually, it looks like.
No, I know.
It's a shame.
Not I have any favourites. Oh, it was close. Ray, you hit it.
Well,
damn.
Oh, look, we've got another 4 rounds. So
still time for me, is there? You're missing out, everyone.
No, see you in Dublin. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll keep things flowing, so we have plenty of time for Q&A at the end. So next round 2, is Christmas morning. And I'm intrigued to know, actually, at what point on Christmas morning does everyone pop open and enjoy their first drink? So pop that in the comments. But yeah, Christmas morning. So, you know, you've woken up, still in your dressing gown, the turkey goes into the oven, wrapping paper everywhere. What is the first tipple that you turn to on Christmas morning? And I'm definitely an early one. Okay, so for this round, I'm going to go Matt first, please. What do you open?
I've come indoors now. It was getting a bit chilly out there, and so there we go. Imagine it's Christmas morning. Christmas morning definitely wouldn't be Christmas morning in the Smith household without a bottle of bubbles. We tend to start pretty early, actually, because the kids get up early. So I'm going to say, when is respectable to start to pop the cork? I think maybe 10, something like that. Anyway, and you could go champagne, and indeed we often do. But this year I'm going for a bottle of English bubbly. And unless you've been lost in the wilderness for the last 10 years, you'll know that actually English bubbly is really, really rather good. And the Simpsons have really pushed the boat out this year with Biora Reserve, which is a new one from them. And it's very special. It's a slightly different blend. So it's mostly red grapes, Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier, a little bit of Chardonnay, and they use a little bit of old wine that they started when they started the property near Canterbury, and they meant to put it in their anniversary wine in 2022, but we've managed to prize some of that reserve wine out of them and for them to create this fantastic bubble. So English fizz, we're really good at making it. This is a super stylish, super fresh, delicious bottle of fizz. It'll wake you up on Christmas morning. It'll get you going. You can blend it with orange juice if you want some Bucks Fizz, but really a wine like this is super high quality, and it deserves to just be enjoyed on its own. But great start, great freshener for Christmas morning.
Oh, I think I'll be joining you with one of those, Matt. That sounds delicious.
Good for you.
Just on the what time we start, Jojo in the comments says 10 is far too late. So yeah, and Ant says, Ray, the pressure's on now. Sorry, Ray, you can't win that one because the Biora is too good. So the pressure is on. So what are you cracking open on Christmas morning, Ray?
For me, it is without doubt. So I like coffee. And so, you know, it takes a while for me to warm up and get going and get into the chat. So after the coffee, and may I give you the top tip? You've got some beautiful olive oil in your case, and this with poached eggs in the morning. Really, you want olive oil, but that's not my pitch, but that's the top. That's for free, that one. But once you've had your eggs, you've lined the stomach.
Doesn't count for your pitch.
Yeah. Coffee, eggs, all done, and then you're like, okay, and there's chopping to be done and peeling and ovens on and so on. You must have, if I can just rip this thing open, a gin and tonic in hand. And this Bermondsey tonic water is the best thing you never knew you needed in your life. So this is quality, authentic produce. These guys make, this is from Nick and Lawrence, and they've made this, you can see the color of it. Well, you have one in your homes, but it's not clear. So it hasn't been they haven't used quinine solvent. They've used original Quinchoa bark. So the actual original source of quinine. And so what you get is flavor and character, and it will go beautifully with the Limona gin that you have at home. So it's gin for sure, but I'm about 10:30. So if that's too late for some, I give way, you go with the fizz. But if you want to line the stomach, have a long-lasting day of drinking, this tonic water with the gin is absolutely delicious. And also, you don't even have to have the gin. You can just have ice and lemon in it, and there you go. You feel like you're getting into the mood slowly. Don't rush it. You know, it's not a marathon, Matt. You know, we're here for a good time and a long time.
It is a marathon.
It is a marathon. Sorry, it's a race. It's a marathon, not
a sprint.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you. Okay.
Sprint down to the bottom of the Biora Reserve. Yeah.
Love it.
That's it.
Fantastic. Okay, let's get our second poll of the evening up.
Delicious.
So, Christmas morning. Who's got your vote?
Tough one. That tonic is delicious.
It is, yeah.
Fizz. Christmas morning for me, just not Christmas morning without fizz.
Yeah, I think this case this year is particularly spoiling, as in we have spoiled ourselves, spoiled everyone, because there's a lot of goodies in there. So
yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, look at that, Matt.
Landslide.
What a landslide. 1-1, right? This is getting exciting now.
Can I just point out that Matt's with us, 5-6 months. He doesn't need a pity vote. There's no need for a pity vote. Okay? He's trying to build up his strength. So okay. Anyway, we move on.
Sort of trash talking Conor McGregor would do.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Right. It's getting serious now, isn't it? Okay. So round 3 is the main event. So Christmas dinner. So you've got your turkey, if that's what you eat, your sausage, what they call pigs in blankets, cranberry sauce, gravy, all the trimmings. You've got all the guests around the table. So what is the wine that you're going to turn to make all of your guests ooh and ah around the Christmas dinner table this year? And Matt, come on then, let's go with you again for this round. And so what have you got for us?
Okay, so I'm going to choose Finca Vidalis Reserva Rioja 2017, and I think Rioja's a bit of a special wine for this sort of occasion. It's a real crowd pleaser. Everyone would love a Rioja. So if you've got guests, if you've got family around, the warming, comforting nature of Rioja is the thing to go for. It's super versatile as well. It can go with, roast beef, and heavier meats like that, but it could, it's also got some sort of more red fruits in the wine that would compare really nicely with turkey. And then if you're looking for some veggies and things like that, it goes really well with kind of rich brown vegetable dishes with mushrooms and aubergines. But I just think, Rioja Reserva, you're getting some bottle age here. This is a pretty special bottle. It's 2017. It's been in oak for a while, but it's been in a bottle for a while as well. So it's nicely relaxed, just like I like to be on Christmas Day around about lunchtime. And I just think it will go great with anything that you can put on the Christmas table, and everyone would be very happy with this wine.
Fantastic. It looks really posh as well. Lovely.
Looks excellent on the table. Yeah, beautiful.
Oh gosh, right, the pressure's on now. So Ray, what have you got for us?
Well, I think I'm going to go slightly left field, but actually you will not be disappointed. You all have this wine in your case, and this is the Camille Caron Reserve Blanc. So it's a white Rhone blend. It's a blend of Viognier, Marsanne, Grenache Blanc. It's a blend of a multitude of grapes. But here's the thing. Here's why this will work perfectly. I'm going to assume, and maybe we'll do a quick poll afterwards, Dom or Kate, to see what people actually are planning to eat on Christmas Day. But on the assumption that the large proportion of people might be eating turkey, this is your new best friend. This is what you want. You think of the white meat, it's actually a bit stronger, slightly stronger than chicken, but this white wine, it's got a bit of depth, body, breadth. It's not oaky, it's actually just sort of all but it has a bit of richness. So when you're thinking about the actual main event, whether that be turkey or beef or nut roast or a vegetarian option, it's actually the condiments on the outside. It's the Brussels sprouts, whether you like it or not, and it's the cranberry sauce, and it's the gravy and the stuffing. And a strong, inverted commas, white wine like this, not in alcohol, but just in character, just in sort of fullness and depth. It's the one you want to marry up with all those bits on the rest of the plate. And it's very important to think about that when you're you're preparing your Christmas dinner. What else is on the plate? Because they often take over the gravy, the stuffing. So I think also there'll be a lot for you to show off, to tell your guests how you've helped Dennis Crespo in the village of Kiran in the south of France regenerate that whole community, the socioeconomic values. They'll be nodding off for dinner as you're explaining how you saved lives and got everyone working again. But it's all thanks to you, and Dennis is extremely grateful. So I'm going to tug at your heartstrings and ask you to vote Kiran Blanc, go big or go home. That's it. Thank you.
We are tugging at the heartstrings there, Ray. So shall we do, I don't know, Dominique, whether we could do a little poll on what everyone's eating, but what their Christmas dinner of choices this year? Because I'm really intrigued. I can see a few people in the comments having venison and Galloway beef. Fantastic.
Galloway beef, Rioja.
Yeah.
There we go.
So what have we got here? Yeah, turkey, anything but turkey, something veggie, freezer surprise. Oh,
Some people are just not that into Christmas. They're into wine and a Christmas box and the whole thing, but don't buy into the whole conform of it. So freezer surprise is perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
What
My
about
mother-in-law loves a curry on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Does she make it or order it in?
No, she makes it. Yeah.
Very good.
73% turkey.
Well, I think that confirms that it has to be the white.
I don't know that Rioja.
The poll that really matters up. Okay, so
Rioja goes great with turkey.
Matt and his Rioja, or Ray and his village-saving Camille Kyran Reserve.
That's it. Change people's lives. It's not just about wine. What's the word on the street, Kate? Early indicators.
Yeah. Oh, I can't see, Let's give it a second.
We all wait with bated breath.
Yeah, this is really exciting.
Hop away.
Oh.
I think I'm having turkey, not sure. I'll definitely be drinking this wine.
You know what? In the Keogh household, there's been talk of a large free-range chicken.
Oh, good.
What do you make of that?
Turkey's dry. Oh, Dennis!
Oh, you picked me. Who?
Uh,
I thought I had that one in the bag. I really did. Damn.
Well, there
Never
was some
mind.
altruistic, caring.
You turned on the.
oh no!
Yeah, turned on the charity too hard there. Right?
So
I couldn't compete with that.
Right, so Matt, you've got 2 more rounds to claw back. So it's still all to play for. So Till is currently 2-0 to Ray, but yeah, 2 more rounds.
Matt, you won one, no?
No, it's not 2-0. It's 2-1.
2-1. Sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. 2-1 to Ray. I have got a tally, I promise. Right.
Get the independent judges in.
I'd be terrible at reading the football results. Okay, round 4. I've got all read now. Round 4 is my personal favourite, and it is the Queen's speech. So hopefully you've had your dinner at this point, you're stuffed to the rafters, if you have it before the Queen's speech, that is. And yeah, so what is it that you are going to be raising a toast and drinking a glass of this year for when our lovely Queen is doing her speech at 3 p.m, whatever time it is.
3 p.m. Oh, it is 3 p.m. I'm there. I'm there at 10 to just waiting with bated breath.
So Ray, what are you going to be drinking?
Well, it has to be fair old English Isles, and to celebrate this land in which we live in, and all the other countries involved in the United Kingdom. But really, we are on sacred soil here, and it's really, I think, the thing that lifts me with the Queen's speech is, while she touches, and this is coming from an Irishman, which I did not grow up with the Queen's speech, and then I moved here, and it was forced upon me. But then I thought, no, actually, I liked it. And the reason I like it is she touches on the highs and the lows, and she takes us through a journey of what might have been and how we all pulled together. And there's no better person at a better hour, whether you like her or not. I imagine you all do, but some might not. But really, what you cannot take away from the fact is that it is how grateful we are to be where we are and to be drinking sparkling wine from the land in which you live in. It hasn't shipped from far away. It's been grown here in our beautiful climate and country. And simply to drink English wine, listening to the Queen, even any country you're in, Northern Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, it is a celebration of this unity we have, and long may it last. Unless you want to leave if you're in Scotland. But anyway, and that is for that reason that I cannot deny that drinking English sparkling wine at 3 p.m. is the highlight of my Christmas day. I give way.
Wonderful. Wonderful. A great choice there, Ray. There's a lot of talk in the comments about port. So, Matt, what's it going to be? Is it port?
Not
or...
port. Not port.
Sure. What have you got up your sleeve for the Queen's?
I would do port. If I could have your vote, I could consider port. And
doesn't work like that, Ray. You've set your stall out now. Yeah. Well, listen. The Queen's speech comes after the meal in our household, and this is a perfect juncture to freshen up. Okay, you've just had this big, rich meal. You've enjoyed your Rioja or your white Rhone. and you've done a few of the dishes, or you've just left them to the side, and you really want to freshen up. And think of this. So I've just chosen the new gin that's in the Christmas case, and this is from our very own master gin smith, Stefan Lismond, and this is a lemon gin. It's all about citrus fruit. So think of this almost like a palate cleanser after the meal. It's sort of full of citrus, and he's masterfully blended lemon, grapefruit, Japanese uzu, which is a Japanese citrus. Lots of different citrus going on there to really freshen up the palate. And obviously, I wouldn't just be knocking this back neat, although, as we all know, this would be very relevant. The Queen is a massive fan of gin, as was her dear mother, an even bigger fan of gin, so very relevant choice. But with that gin, I would be enjoying the aforementioned Bermondsey tonic water that Ray has talked about. And when I was looking at this product and looking about the ingredients, and I thought, well, this is amazing. It's made from raw cinchona bark. Cinchona is a tree. And when I looked back into history, they actually used this, the bark from this tree as a medicinal compound to aid digestion and indigestion and bloating. So what better way to enjoy this when you've just had a massive meal, you sat down in front of the Queen's speech, think of that gin and tonic. The Queen loves gin, and this is like a massive, enjoyable, fun Rennie, but really enjoyable. So there we go.
Did you just say a really enjoyable, fun Rennie? I love it.
Yeah, like a Rennie, you know, like indigestion tablet. But it happens to be gin and tonic, so that's even better.
Great. Oh, there's a lot of chat in the comments. Everyone fancies a G&T right now, and Karen's enjoying one right now, and she's not sure if it's going to last until Christmas Day. So be more like Karen.
Good for Karen. I hope I can count on her vote then.
So who's it going to be for the Queen's speech, guys?
Well, I think you ran away with it there, Matt. That was pretty good.
I don't know, fizz. It's good standing up with a glass of fizz toasting the Queen.
I'm forced to stand for the anthem, and then I do, and I raise a glass.
Way!
I'm meant to be neutral. I'm happy because now it's even, and it makes the last round more exciting.
And I would like to thank the 28%. Your vote is appreciated, and I'll be thinking of you as I stand for the anthem and drink English sparkling wine with the Queen at 3 p.m.
Well, we're all having fun drinking, knocking back the G&Ts.
Yeah.
Right, this is where it gets interesting now. So it's 2-2. It's all so the final round.
Round.
And the final round is Boxing Day. So Boxing Day, you know, you've got a fridge full of leftovers. So whatever your leftover of choice is, whether it's a turkey sandwich, a turkey curry, you know, my personal favourite, bubble and squeak. And a kind of Boxing Day, and also into those days that we call crimbo limbo. So you know those days between Christmas and New Year when you just don't know what day it is. You know you're vegging out on the sofa, and what is the drink that you will turn to during those days?
Who do you want to go first?
Oh gosh, so let's go, Matt. Let's see what you're drinking on Boxing Day.
Thanks, Kate. Well, yeah, you've summed it up well. Crimbo limbo. It's difficult, isn't it, to choose one product from this box to suit all of those different occasions you've just talked about. So I'm going to go for this fabulous box of wine that's in there. Stefano di Blasi, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. You'll hopefully know his wine well, but for the first time in this Christmas box, we put it in a bagging box. And this really is the perfect format sorry, it just keeps disappearing. There you go. It's a magic box. But this is the perfect format for Boxing Day, because it's Boxing Day and beyond. You've got a few days between Boxing Day and New Year. You've eaten and drunk a lot on Christmas Day. And maybe you just want the odd glass here and there. And you want a really flexible wine. And Montepulciano d'Abruzzo is really the thing. It goes great with leftovers. Fantastic. If you're going to have ham on Boxing Day, we like to have a cooked ham on Boxing Day. And this would go great with that, with the natural acidity in Montepulciano. It goes great with cranberry sauce and ham. Or if you're just enjoying some of the cold leftover veggies or bubble and squeak. So really, I think, the two things really. Yes, it's sustainable packaging, and we're really committed to sustainability and growing our box range. But the beauty of this box is it really keeps the wine fresh. So you can enjoy a great glass on Boxing Day, the day after, and all of those different occasions between Christmas and New Year.
Oh, fantastic. And an apt name as well. Box wine for Boxing Day.
Box wine for Boxing Day, yeah.
There's a lot of love in the comments. Lovely to see. A lot of people have cracked open their boxes already. And yes, Stephanie says it's lush. So that's great to hear.
Well, they'll still be fresh for Boxing Day, even if they crack them open.
I wonder will they still have them, and if they happen to be gone on Boxing Day, can I interest you in, this is Juicy, his assemblage. This is without doubt the wine for Boxing Day and thereafter. This is sort of it's your comfort blanket of Christmas, the Christmas comfort blanket, which just gets you through the cold and the dark days. It's rich and warm and bold, and it's so smooth and juicy. It is sunshine in a glass from Australia, where they're having Barbies on the beach. You can be cuddling up beside the fire and getting all smooth. The thing about this is also between sort of the 26th and the 30th, in my tradition and yours perhaps, a lot of house visits go on and people coming in and you're trying to offload the food you didn't eat on Christmas Day on them and so on. So but this is a wine that is the 100% crowd pleaser. Matt's Rioja, Christmas Day dinner, it's a good wine for Christmas Day dinner, not as good as the white. But this wine is one that whomever comes to your house, you show them this and you will really impress. It's rich, full-bodied, dark, smooth, juicy. It's without a doubt that sort of like cuddly wine for the 26th to the 30th. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Didn't last that long.
Right. Oh my goodness. So that's it. Who is our winner for round 5?
This is delicious.
Drinking on Boxing Day.
For sure, assemblage.
Oh, there's a lot of love for the juicy is magnificent, Mark says.
Oh,
so
it's the best. It really is the best. Much better than that multiple channel stuff.
Well, I think, we'll see. But this is for everything.
Goodness, guys.
Oh my God.
What?
Is this a fit up?
Oh my goodness.
I think everyone can see.
Okay, we're going to have a tiebreaker. We are going to have to.
Oh no.
At all.
I'm not prepared for a tie.
No, we're not. It's
Okay.
78, but everyone can see that at home.
Okay, tell you what, why don't we base the tiebreaker off of one of the questions, and we can ask for a recommendation, and then we will do the tiebreaker based off of a question. Okie dokie. So please pop any questions in the Q&A section. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a tricky one. Right. So this is actually a trick. Almost there's a lot to this question. Okay, Suki Skinner asks, on Christmas Day, I'm cooking for 3 different dietary needs. So the main course, wait for it, is venison, salmon, or vegan. Any suggestions, please? So what is your? I guess we need an all-rounder there, don't we? So what would your Ray? Let's go with you. You're up on my screen.
Yeah, both of you. I guess the further to the question would be how many people are attending, and I'm just going to assume a party of 6 or more. I mean, right or wrong, maybe 4 to 6. So basically, can you get away with 2 bottles is the thing, and I would say probably. And if you don't drink it on the day and drink responsibly, you can drink the next day. So you've got venison, salmon. Let me just have a poke about in my box here. Oh, absolutely. Here we go. Gavi de common Gavi for the salmon is just perfect. Also, well, we haven't heard what the vegan meal is, but it's just, it has a little lift of fruit in there. It's just beautiful with seafood. And then for the venison, there I would think I'd be inclined to go for probably this assemblage actually. It's quite a rich dish, venison. It's quite strong meat, strong flavor, and the sweetness, the natural sweetness in here, stands up to those strong flavors. So I go Gavi de Gavi and juicy.
Fantastic. Okay, Matt, what have you got for us?
Well, as Ray's chosen 2 bottles, I get to choose 2 because I was trying to think. Venison. I'd love to be able to choose a white that goes, or you know, a wine that goes with salmon and venison, but you know, they're just too different. I think venison is such a rich, dark meat. It needs something full-bodied and really juicy. And I'm going to go for Marcelo Boccardo Malbec, and that's just a really dark. You get lots of fruit, juicy blueberry fruit. It's going to complement, maybe you've got some you're serving actually some fruit with the venison, you know, some plums or something like that. And I just think that the fruitiness, the richness, the smoothness of Malbec would handle the venison really well. And if you're doing something vegan with mushrooms and aubergines or nuts, the you know, the Malbec would handle that really well. It's going to be a tough call to get Malbec to go well with salmon, so we won't say there. I'm actually going to head off to Italy as well, and I'm going to go for actually the same producer. There you go, but it's the Piemonte Bianco. So delicious blend of white varieties from the Langhe in the north of Italy. Great for fish, versatile, lots of texture in the wine, but super flexible. Christmas is, if you're entertaining for lots of people, it's all about picking wines that are versatile and flexible. And this wine would get my vote.
Is there much salmon knocking about Piedmont, Matt?
It's near the sea, Piedmont. If you hadn't checked your atlas recently, it goes down towards the beach, and so they get a lot of seafood up there to complement the donkey and the horse that they enjoy eating for red meat as well. So absolutely.
Moving on.
Well, four great recommendations, and Suki, I hope you found that useful. Suki actually replied to say 11 people, so wow, good luck with that. And you've got
your work cut out for you there, Suki. Well done.
So guys, we'll have our final poll. I still can't believe that was 50-50. So who's picked it now in the bonus round, the tiebreaker?
Actually, compared to last year, I think this is probably the better audience. You know, the nicer people, they're a much better bunch, much more engaged, and the passion, real wine enthusiasts. People who really know their stuff. And so it's great. Yeah, it's lovely. And
keep the buttering up going there, right?
I'm just being truthful. I'm impressed by the engagement this evening. It's lovely.
Very good.
Yeah. Lovely wines we have as well this evening. Yeah. What are you drinking, Kate?
I am drinking. Oh my goodness! Sorry.
Yes. 3 people.
Goodness, right. We have a winner.
That is absolute fantastic.
Congratulations.
Wow, that is insane. But yeah, well done. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you.
I'm
just glad the right person won in the end. You know.
I agree. I think there's maybe a fandom going on there, but that was brilliant. It was very entertaining. Thank you.
Very close. Very close. Who'd have thought that? Incredible.
Do we have time for questions, Kate?
I think we have. Yeah, we have time for a couple. So let's pop a few more on. Let me just have a quick whiz down. So this is a good one and something we haven't touched on. Neil Simmons asks, which of the wines in the box is best for strong cheese and also a dessert wine? I don't know whether they're that would be two different things. But yeah, what would you recommend?
Well, you've got the port in there. Obviously, port and cheese is like a classic combo, and it's actually a ruby port, so it's a little bit fresher and fruitier than maybe late bottle vintage or crusted or vintage port. So actually, it's a bit again going back to versatility. You could actually drink ruby port with Christmas pudding, I think, but it goes great with cheese. Yeah. We've also got the appassimento.
Yeah, I mean you got the appassimento, which would definitely be good with strong cheeses. Going to some hard cheeses and goat's cheese, you've got Villebois, the Sauvignon Blanc Prestige. So that's just nice one for the good crisp acidity, and it just cuts through the fat. So you're just depending on what you have on the board. So, but really the port, the appassimento, for those stronger ones to stand up, and then just for if you've got some sort of nice goat's cheese or
lighter cheese, yeah,
lovely stuff.
How about pudding?
Pudding. So let me see. So really, in terms of a sweet wine, there isn't a dessert wine, so to speak, in the case, and it depends on your appreciation. I see people just knocking back whatever they're drinking with whatever dessert they're having, and I usually sort of turn off or take a pause, or basically just don't have dessert because I'm just going to keep on drinking the wine in my glass. But so what I can recommend,
too much cheese.
Yeah, well, I think so. Let's say out of this box, because this is relevant to why we're here this evening, I would probably lean towards, if it's a chocolatey or even like a baked, if you got a blueberry or a black currant or a tart, let's say, so something that's warm and deep rather than like panna cotta, fresh, warm and deep and broody. You go for the port or the appassimento. It's got a little bit of richness. Any other desserts, just have a cup of tea, a cup of mint tea or something like that, and then get back on the juice. Yeah.
Nice. I like your style. Okay, we've got a couple more. So one in the comments from May Lee, who's asking about goose. So yeah, very, very nice. So what would you recommend with goose?
Pinot Noir is a good combination. That's not in the box, but it goes very well with goose. But thinking about something that's in the box, goose is rich. It's not super gamey, but it's rich and luxurious meat. I might go the Keran white Rhone actually for that, to have that acidity to cut through some of the goose fat. In terms of red.
Maybe your Rioja on the red.
Yeah, Rioja would go well because it's got the acidity again, the freshness, the red fruit, and it's got a bit of bottle age on it. So it's starting to develop sort of more savoury characters that will go well with the slightly gamey meat, I think there. Yeah,
I concur.
Nice. Right, what time is it? We've got time for one more.
All right.
One or two more. Actually, let's do one quick one, which I like. One of the ones we haven't mentioned is the Carmenere. So Karen's asking what the best food choices for the Carmenere.
Oh well, Carmenere on food, it is. The Carmenere it's a bit like this juicy, but it's medium to full bodied, so it's got good weight and texture on it. So I guess bringing it into the Christmas dinner, the traditional Christmas dinner. And again, as I mentioned, it's what's on outside of the chick or the turkey that counts. But pigs in blankets, the smokiness of the bacon over there, that works with the Carmenere. The cranberry sauce, the stuffing, which can be quite rich in sort of flavor, sage and those kind of characters. Carmenere is a easygoing, and this is the Grand Reserva, so it's easygoing but premium. And it is versatile, as Matt was saying, on the whites. But Carmenere is kind of it's a friendly and open to all sorts of food. So you won't go wrong with many dishes with the Carmenere for your main dinner. And then thereafter, I think sandwiches the next day, no problem. That might sound quite generic, but genuinely, just as I describe it, it's about the body, the smoothness, and those berry fruits that goes with what's mostly on the plate.
Excellent. And I love this question from Jill. She'd love to know, for both of your top picks, what would be your best bottle in the box if you had to pick one?
It's like trying to choose your favourite children, isn't it?
Well, don't you, Matt? You have to.
Oh, that is a tough question. There we go. Let me have a root around again.
Yeah. I think I'm a big fan of Gerd Stepp's Pinot Blanc. It's the quality. We started working with Gerd in 2014 or 2015, and he's just a pro. And so it's just the pristine, the precision that he has in these white wines that take on all these wines you hear about from around the world, New Zealand, Sauvignon Blanc, Sancerre. I mean, really, if you're trying to show people that are familiar with Sancerre, Chablis, Pouilly Fumé, the neighbors or the relatives that like to drink those wines, because we've grown up with those terms. But to show them this wine, and Germany produces just outstanding wine. It's not Riesling and it's not sweet, it's Pinot Blanc. And I'm very proud to work with Gerd and to bring this wine to Angels, because it is high quality white wine. And that's what's in this ultimate Christmas case.
Fantastic.
Matt, we're going to have to press it for an answer.
What have you got?
Well, I'm going to choose a wine. I think that Ray's already mentioned. I'm going to go the Garvey di Garvey. And I'm a real Italophile. I love Italian wine and Northern Italian wines in particular. And I just love Serena is just such a great, young, talented winemaker and great character. And I just think she's really knows what she's doing with this wine. It has everything that is great about Garvey. It's got the minerality. It's a very food-driven wine. It's got the minerality. It's super classy. It's clean. It's fresh pears. There's so much wine going on there in the glass. It's very, very, very evocative stuff, and it just goes great with with seafood and lighter. I know we're talking about Christmas here, but just all of the times you want to eat something a little bit lighter, like some sushi or some fresh raw fish or green vegetables on their own, very simple. That this is the wine that I keep going back again and again, and I think that's the testament when you go back and back to the same wine. So this gets my vote.
That's a good shout.
Gosh, I wish I could buy one of these ultimate boxes now. I didn't get one before they all sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah, sold out in record time. So yeah, I'm glad everyone at home. Hopefully you've got some brilliant tips there, and some cracking choices. So I think that might be it. I hope you enjoyed this evening, guys. And it's just been so much fun to have a little rummage around all of the bottles. I've definitely learned a thing or two, and I feel really in the festive spirit now.
Yeah.
So Ray, Matt, how is it for you? How are you feeling, Ray, after your?
I'm feeling defeated by 1%, but other than that, I'm feeling elated and proud and happy to be part of the ceremony. It's fantastic. I enjoyed it. The wines are great, and it's good to have these everyone at home participating. It is now starting to feel all Christmassy, I guess.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And Matt, our winner. Congratulations.
Thank you, victorious. Well, I'm thrilled. This is my first Christmas at Naked and my first experience of this box. And when it arrived on the doorstep the other day, it was a real treat until I tried to lug it up the stairs to the attic, and then I almost broke my back. But it was worth it. And I just think everything in there is super Christmassy, lovely, something for everyone. I mean, that was what was fun about this, just trying to decide on our choices. And I feel super Christmassy now.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for coming along. And please, when you're drinking all of your lovely wines in your big Christmas box over Christmas, it would make our winemakers Christmas if you love them. Please do hop online, download the app, and we've got a whizzy label scanner so you can impress all of your guests at the dinner table. But the winemakers love hearing about how you enjoy their wines, and it would make their day to know that you served it up on your special day of the year Christmas dinner. So massive thank you to you all, and thanks Ray and Matt for inviting me along.
Well, thank you for running a good fair fight, Kate, and hosting the evening. It was great.
It was great
fun. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
See you, everyone.
Guys,
well
take
See
care.
you guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah.